The journey to the north in spring begins at Hanoi train station, a train station that has been associated with the ups and downs of Vietnam since the early years of the 20th century. The nightly train whistle still creates nostalgic feelings for those who go and those who stay in every evening. Today we cordially invite you to travel with us as well as to explore a provincial capital, an indispensable place every time we travel to Vietnam, which is the misty town of Sapa, in Lao Cai province. Dear ladies and gentlemen, most tourists, especially foreign tourists, before going to Sapa, must go to Hanoi first and from Hanoi, find a kind of transportation to go to Sapa. From Hanoi to Lao Cai city is about 300 kilometers, and from Lao Cai city center to Sapa mountain town is about 40 kilometers of winding mountain road. Currently, there are three main forms of transportation from Hanoi to Sapa: mid-size limousine van, leaving in the afternoon or evening, and the sleeper bus leaves in the evening. These two means of transportation will take visitors straight to Sapa town, convenient hotel check-in. And the other popular kind of transportation that we introduce today is the night train. The train will take you from Hanoi to Lao Cai city, and you have to take a shuttle from Lao Cai train station to Sapa for another leg, taking about 45 minutes. The train will usually depart from Hanoi at 10 p.m., take about 7 hours to Lao Cai city, and arrive at 5 a.m. The train is a fairly safe and comfortable means of transport. You can book a 4-bed cabin. And importantly, the night journey will help you sleep right on the train to be ready to explore Sapa the next day without spending much time traveling. The next day we arrive in Lao Cai city. However, when we arrive in Lao Cai, it will be around 5 a.m., and most hotels in Lao Cai or in Sapa rent rooms starting from 12 p.m. So you can have 3 to 4 hours in Lao Cai to visit this city before departing. Lao Cai is located in the northwest of Vietnam and is also a city located close to the Chinese border, across a river. Just cross a bridge and we will immediately reach the border between China and Vietnam. Ladies and gentlemen, right behind us is the Nam Thi River, and when it flows to Lao Cai city, it will split into two branches, one of which will flow to Hanoi and is called the Red River, the largest river in northern Vietnam. Next to us is also the Q Bridge, the bridge connecting China and Vietnam. This side is the border gate of Vietnam. We can walk across the bridge to get to the border gate of China. We are told that the problem of going back and forth is relatively easy, just need to do a few simple procedures to get a passport. Leaving Lao Cai city, we headed straight to Sapa, and the first place we visited was the famous Fansipan mountain. Fansipan Peak is located on the Hoang Linh Son mountain range. Fansipan is the highest mountain in Vietnam and also the highest in the three Indo-Chinese countries, so it is known as the roof of Indochina. This mountain peak is 3,143 meters high, about 9 kilometers from Sapa town. The Mother Nature has given Vietnam a very proud tourist destination to the world. And the Vietnamese have built the world's longest cable car line to serve tourists to conquer this mountain. The length of the two terminal points of the Fansipan cable car system is about 1,800 meters. In the past, to conquer this mountain, it was not for the majority of tourists, and it took at least 2 days to be able to go up to the top of the mountain with the support of the locals. But now it only takes about 15 to 20 minutes for us to reach the top. If you are a tourist from a tropical country near Vietnam and want to experience a cold climate when visiting Sapa, the period from November to February is the coldest period in Vietnam, and there may be snow on the high mountain peaks. At the top of Fansipan, there will be a lot of fog, combined with the wind to create a very interesting cold feeling. If you want to come to Sapa to have a clear blue sky and white clouds, the period from March to October is the most suitable. April to May is the season of green terraced rice fields, and August to September will be the season of beautiful golden ripe rice. However, August to September is also the flood season that can occur, so visitors need to consider it. I am currently standing on top of Fansipan mountain, 3,143 meters above sea level. It is also the highest point of three countries: Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Sapa Cable Car Station was designed by architect Bill Bentley, one of the 5 most famous architects in the world. What is special is that each architectural line and decorative detail was inspired by the culture of ethnic minorities in the Northwest, who are also local people in Sapa. From Station 1 to the top of Fansipan, there will be many stages with different means of transport: train, cable car, walking. And it will cost about 30 to 40 USD person depending on the choice of means of transport. Going, returning and exploring this place will take about 3 hours. Fansipan tourist destination is not only the highest peak of the mountain, but it is also a whole tourist area including flower garden, photo spots, Buddhist temple, the largest Buddha statue in Vietnam, shopping areas. Sitting on the cabin of the cable car system, I could see the clouds and sky of Hoang Linh Sun mountain range and think about the conquests of the roof of Indochina by previous climbers from Sapa to Fansipan Peak through primeval forests. The round trip would take about 5 to 6 days, but now the total time for the climb is only 2 days. And currently, there are still many people who are passionate about exploration and trekking to conquer this mountain peak by climbing through the forest. This is a beautiful flower garden below Sapa town, which you will pass through to get to the cable car station. There are local products and local cultural performances for visitors to see. Goodbye Fansipan, we will return to Sapa town, check in hotel and continue to explore other beautiful places here.